When I was 17 years old, my friends and I had a really fun Saturday. She had a convertible Volkswagen, and we would drive around playing music and talking. We are still friends and have always had really good talks about the paranormal and the universe, etc. Even as teens, I've actually always been intuitive and had paranormal interactions as she has. Anyways, she's ended up coming to my house, and I'm the oldest of five kids. My bedroom was actually a breezeway that people would walk through to get to the garage basement and laundry room. So usually, if a friend slept over, we slept in the TV room, which had two sliding glass doors into the dining room. If you walk through the dining room, you will get to the. There was a wall. So, you couldn't see if anyone was sitting at the kitchen table until you walked in. It was the 90s. So, we didn't have cell phones, so no alarm. And there was a clock that chimed on the hour in that TV room. The clock chimed, and we both woke up on the two couches and talked for a few minutes about our Sunday. Some of our friends had mentioned wanting to go to the beach. So, we figured we would go call them the clock at 8 a.m. when it chimed. We got up and walked to the kitchen, but no one was awake. For small kids and two parents just asleep at 8 a.m. wouldn't have made sense. So, we look at the clock in there and it says 6:30 a.m. Okay, maybe the clock in the TV room was wrong. We both go and lie back down, talking for a few. And then we decide to go to sleep and wake up and call our friends about the beach later. We wake up this time because my sister comes into the room, excited to see my friend. We hear the two sliding glass doors open, and she comes in waking us up loudly. So, we trudge into the kitchen and my mother and father are sitting, looking tired, and they say, "Sorry, they woke you up so early today, and we kept her out as long as we could. She's been up since 5 a.m." I look quickly at the clock and at 6:15 hours a.m. I'm so confused, but then sometimes I have lucid dreams and very vivid dreams. So, I assume I dreamt the thing before. We chat for a minute. And I ask my friend if she's ready to call our friends, and she just,
No, I have to go.
and she leaves in a hurry when I call her later to check in, because I thought maybe something happened. She says, "You're going to think I'm crazy." And she proceeded to tell me exactly what I experienced. She had experienced, and I laughed and explained that the same thing happened. And I thought I had just been lucid dreaming. We are now almost 40 and still talk about that day and theorize on why and how it happened to both of us. We haven't told many people because when we did, our friends thought we made it up and our families just said that we probably smoked too much pot, but we know that some sort of glitch happened, and it's led me to where I am today. This is one of the biggest personal glitches that I've ever had. I work in the admitting department of my local hospital, and I also help the business office with miscellaneous billing duties. One of the things I do is keep track of obituaries. When someone's obituary appears in the newspaper, I check to see if they still owe the hospital money. If they do, I clip the obituary, fill out a form, and then keep track of how their insurance pays and what not. A few years ago, I've worked there 20 plus years. One of my coworkers in the dietary department retired and passed away soon after. I know because I processed her obituary. This coworker's daughter was really good friends with my cousin. So, the daughter was even over at my cousin's house. The day after my coworker's funeral, they had a big wake for her mother and everything. Today, as I'm working registration, the daughter comes in and says that her mother is in the ER. I was brought up short. I thought. What I didn't say anything for a moment. So, my office mate had to step in for me and look up this lady's mother. Sure, as shit. It is the woman who died years ago. My office mate lets the daughter back into the ER to see her mom, and I am unable to find the obituary form I filled out. I don't know if this belongs here, but I have always wanted to share this story as it still keeps me up at night, sometimes thinking about an explanation for it. When I was in college, I worked at a sports bar restaurant in Colorado before I was able to become a waitress. I had to be a hostess for a month. One Saturday, we got pretty busy because there was a local baseball game happening. I was seating people pretty frequently throughout the afternoon. Towards the end of the lunch rush, a couple came into the restaurant. I remember commenting on the woman's large turquoise necklace, telling her how pretty it was as I showed them to a table on the back patio, having some useless and polite conversation with them the whole time I went and got them waters and brought them to the table, told them their server would be with them shortly, then returned to the host stamp. About 5 minutes later, the same couple walked into the restaurant and towards the host stamp. I was very confused and asked if they needed to be reseated. The lady looked at me, seemingly just as confused as I was, and I noticed her large turquoise necklace. Again, the man said, "Joe, please." And I instinctively grabbed 2 menus and told them to follow me, thinking someone was playing a joke on me. I turned the corner to get a view out the back patio, where I sat the couple originally, and saw that the table was empty, per the couple's request to sit outside again. I led them out to the patio and noticed 2 waters and 2 menus sitting on the table already. I didn't know what to do. So, I picked everything up and told them that I would get them some new waters. I made my way to the bar to get the waters, and the waitress from the back patio section came up and asked if I was okay. She said that 5 minutes earlier, she had saw me walk to the patio, holding 2 menus as if I was seating people, but there was nobody there. Then I came back with the waters and put them down as if I was talking to people, but the seats were still empty. She said that she was on her way to come check on me because her and the other guests on the back porch were concerned about what I was doing, talking to nobody. I asked if there were people there now, and she looked confused and said,
Yes.
So, from what I can gather, I saw, talked to, and sat these 2 people before they actually came into the restaurant. I have no explanation for this, and I'm wondering if anyone else has ever had an experience like this.